the big lesson of that Ferry Farm preservation, I think that anybody involved in preservation, and it was a question we kept getting hit with. Well, you know, it's been here for years. Why didn't you do anything? You know, why weren't people? And in fact, there had been efforts to do things with Ferry Farm for years. And one of the things that made me cry at the moment was going through the HFFI files from years ago and seeing my grandfather's name from back in the 1940s involved with trying to save Ferry Farm, you know. But what it lacked was a real threat. It was always just a family farm. It was going to be a farm. Nothing was going to happen to it, you know. And it lacked that real threat. And if you look back at virtually all of the other Washington sites from Mount Vernon on, they sort of languish until there's a real threat, you know. Mount Vernon, when the couple of guys from Washington were going to come and build a resort hotel there in the late 60s, I guess, you know, that was when it really, you know, got going, and Pamela Cunningham came along. The Mary Washington House, you know, was scheduled to be, almost got sold and sent to the Chicago World's Fair. You know, it takes that threat. Mary Washington's grave in Fredericksburg, where there's the Mary Washington Monument, almost got auctioned in downtown D.C. as a commercial property. And that's when the monument finally got rebuilt and finished as it is now, 1894. You know, all of those things, they take people, you know, people relax about historic properties until they're threatened. And it's just human nature, and I think we as preservationists need to just recognize that. It's part of the, you know, it's part of the way things work. Ultimately, I think we were very lucky that it was Wal-Mart and not some other less well-known, you know, commercial development, because that really helped us get the sort of national publicity. No, not at all, because it's, you know, it's George Washington. It's where he grew up. This is his hometown. You know, he's on the dollar bill and he's on the quarter. He's, you know, no, I mean, it didn't surprise me at all.
Dollar bills around with "Save My Farm" stamped all somewhere in this country.
We had some little rubber stamps made up that said "Save My Farm," and we were stamping dollar bills. But no, it was nice doing something that had almost unanimous public support here.
We certainly didn't do any business after that antique show because it was just constant.
Yeah, it was full time. But you know, even the Walmart people, I mean, at the ARB meeting where they needed to have some support for the Walmart, they had to import folks who worked at a Walmart up in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Where our daughter happened to be shopping at the time when she heard the announcement come on over the intercom that they needed people to come.
They were looking for people because they couldn't find anybody around here to support it, you know. But unfortunately, you know, the Stafford County supervisors, you know, I think who always, like most little local government people, you know, they want to grow their kingdom. You know, want a bigger budget, bigger kingdom, whatever it is. They were a tough hurdle to overcome. You know, they wanted to see that Walmart built in the county. They ultimately got it further downriver, and you know. It has to probably be when the Canmore Association decided to get involved. I think that's, you know, because prior to that, you know, we were just sort of rabble-rousing saying you can't build a Walmart here. But there had to be well, what are you going to do? You know, there had to be some answer to that question. What is going to happen? And I think when the Kenmore Association came into the effort, it brought the, you know, frankly, the finances that made it possible to, you know, to let the Warrens get paid for their piece of property that they've been holding all those years, and to really produce a, you know, a long-term plan for what should happen here.
It's pretty stubborn.
I think, yeah, I mean, I remember a radio guy asked me that sometime, you know, asked me a question. Well, suppose you don't, suppose, you know. I think he thought I was a little nuts. Because it wasn't an option.
Mm-hmm.
I know he thought I was a little nuts. But that's okay. I think, you know, you have to be. Somebody had to, you know, had to be driven there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember having that question. And
Mm-hmm.
didn't know exactly how it would turn out. But I think I knew from day one they weren't going to build a Wal-Mart here.
I think Larry did too. I think it was a good team.
I think Ceci may not have known that, but you know, I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't going to happen. We had DAR ladies who were willing to chain themselves to bulldozer. Yeah, I had a whole list of them signed up willing to do that.
Thank God that never happened. But...
Well, it would have been another newspaper story.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, and that's what
Miss
it took.
Polly.
That's what it took, was just, you know, the publicity. And Walmart hated to lose because there were so many places around the country that were trying to not have them built for various reasons in their communities.
And over the years,
And they haven't lost many over the years, but, you know.
you certainly had people call you from all these other, and if they don't have something like this situation, how in the world they can fight it, I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I've told so many of those people, you know, we had George Washington on our side, and it wouldn't have worked otherwise.